Today is Tuesday. I'm LaShawna Guy, producer of the 9 a.m. show here at 25 News. If you missed this morning's show, no worries. I've got your news highlights right here. If I seem unfamiliar to you, it's because I'm new to both the station and the area. Since we're going to be spending our mornings together, I thought I'd start today's show by sharing a little bit about myself and what you can expect to see here on the 9 a.m. recap. Now, I'm passionate about art, history, education, and advocacy, so we'll likely be discussing stories on these topics. But I'm also passionate about sharing the stories that uplift us. So every weekday morning at 10:30 a.m., we are recapping the good news only, the feel-good headlines and the local wins and community successes that bring a little bit more light to your day. Now, if something personal in your life is happening, something good, right? Something positive, something that uplifts you, something you would love to share, something you're excited about. Maybe it's a community success or a birthday or just something that made you smile. I want to hear about it. So send me an email at news25@wek.com and put Hey Shauna, that's SHAUNA, in the subject line so that I know it's for me. I would love to share your good news right here on the show. In the meantime, let's start today with something good. Let's start with, the theme for today is reconnection. So, going through yesterday's stories, the theme of just reconnecting, whether it be with nature or parents or some sort of beginning, was running through the show. So, I thought today's show we should talk about reconnection. So let's start with the Let's Talk Men's Discussion Series. Now that happened, they had their first discussion over the weekend. Let me pull that video up for you. So they had the first of four sessions actually happened over the weekend at Northwoods Mall at the Think Training Center. Again, this is the first of those four sessions, and it focused on fatherhood and the impact of absent fathers. There was a panel of four. There were four panelists, and they shared the importance of presence, connection, and healing, as well as discussed the rejection children may feel having an absent father. And the goal was to help men reconnect with their roles as parents and role models. Now, for me, I thought about this. I thought this was a really interesting event and just a concept to get together and talk with dads to kind of help heal some of the things that have been happening in the community. But this is interesting to me because moving here to Peoria, has allowed me to reconnect with my own father who was absent in my life growing up. And one of the things he and I have been talking about, we have these really honest conversations in our time together, reconnecting and getting to know one another. And one of the things we talk about is how it impacted me and what was happening during that time, or how in some ways I can't really feel the pain I think maybe I should feel. Um, Having an absent father. And so when we talk about just the abandonment, I'm not sure that I felt that. So I've just kind of been searching for the places where having or not having a father may or may not have affected me. And I know that my story is not everybody's story, right? We all feel pain or impacted by things that happen in our life in a different way. But I think it's a really good thing to talk about. And I hope that through these conversations that maybe they will also talk about why fathers may not be present and what they kind of go through or what they feel, maybe the mental health behind some of that stuff. Because I know my dad has shared, just where his life was and why he didn't feel worthy of being involved in our life as we were growing up. So I think this is a really good concept, and I hope that it really does bring some healing to the men and the boys, especially in our community. So for men reconnecting with their fathers or reconnecting with their roles as fathers, to zoos and butterflies reconnecting with the wild. I'm going to pull our next story up. It's about the Miller Park butterflies, and how the Miller Park Zoo is hatching a super generation of monarch butterflies. Now, there are 52 monarch butterflies in various life stages being raised safely in the monarch manner. Once grown, they are tagged and released into the wild for a joyful reconnection with nature. This endeavor is part of the Monarch Watch, a nationwide effort to track migration of these butterflies. And this special generation is one that will fly all the way to Mexico. I think that's really interesting. And speaking of life changing journeys, one little girl recently got the chance to reconnect with the hero who saved her life. And this little girl is Mia. She's 11 years old and she was rescued from drowning in Florida by Bridget Addison, who was a passerby who couldn't even swim herself. Days later, Mia was able to reunite with Bridget at the same park. They hugged, shared gifts, and exchanged heartfelt words. Bridget insists that she is not a hero, but Mia calls her one without hesitation. She says she just doesn't know it yet. A bond born in crisis is now turned into a family. And from saving lives to a surprise embrace with a little one and her dad, little first grader Ava Bonstetter in Oklahoma reunited with her dad, Austin, after his year long Army deployment. The school helped orchestrate the surprise, telling kids that a local celebrity was visiting. So the reveal was a tearful hug between father and daughter. The family and the school celebrated the moment of reconnection. And sometimes reunions are not what we would picture. Sometimes they are milestones. This little girl, this little baby here, Olivia, is just 6 months old and she's retired from Tyler City Hall in Texas. Now, this is part of the Infant at Work program that allows parents to bring babies starting at 4 weeks old to the office until they're 6 months old. Olivia was the 20th baby to graduate from the incentive, and now she's looking forward to spending more time with grandma in her next chapter of connection. So, for men, reconnecting with family roles, to butterflies, reconnecting with their natural journey, or the nature's journey, I'm sorry, to hugs that reunite heroes, children, and parents. In today's stories, we are reminded that connection is what keeps us strong, joyful, and human. Well, that's a wrap for me today. Now I want to hear from you. Please go to news25 at week.com to send me an email. Let me know what you thought about today's show. In the meantime, make sure you put SHAUNA, Hey Shauna, in the subject line so that I get it. We know it's for me. In the meantime, be sure to check out the Midday Newscast and meet me back here tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. I'm LaShauna Guy for 25 News. Have a wonderful morning.